Grand Rising, my loves. So I make a lot of different videos. I make videos with Julia from Jay's EQ Massage, Equine Massage, and those have a lot to do about healing the body. And we have a lot of fun talking about the things that we do every day, checking our urine, eating different fruits, ear candling, and that's one part of healing your body. And so I'm very passionate about that. I do foot baths with my clients. We talk about fasting. However, there are other parts of healing too. And those are the parts that I share in my other videos. Those are the parts about healing your mind. And healing your mind is really has a lot to do with inner child work. It has to do with going back and figuring out why you are the way that you are and discovering what it is that makes you tick and how to undo some of the patterning that you've learned and making your inner child feel safe. And, those videos come from source. They come from God. Those are videos that when I record, I don't even know what I'm going to say. And so I'm very passionate about those videos as well. And then there is the soul. And that healing takes place in meditation and sound healings. And those are the things that happen when we let go and let God and we connect back to our soul. And so healing is not just about one thing. And so as nice as it would be to just focus on one area of healing, I don't think that would be as advantageous or honest to my clients as I am in the fact that I know that you can eat right. You can go to the gym every day. You can do all of the physical things and still not feel well. And that's because you probably got disconnected from your soul somewhere along the way. And that's a real thing. I mean, sometimes when we go through a lot of trauma or we're not honest with ourselves, our soul kind of fractions off. And so there's this idea of soul retrieval where you have to do things that allow your soul to feel safe to come back to wholeness. And so that's a lot of what I do. I do a lot of crazy things that other people would find way outside of their comfort zone. I mean, I have walked on fire. I have sat in sweat lodges. I have done silent meditations. I have done ecstatic dancing. I have microdosed. I have done ayahuasca. I have gone on sound healing journeys and week-long retreats, and I don't intend to stop. I don't intend to stop because I know that that's why I'm here. And the more healing that I do, the closer to God I get, and the more I remember my purpose here. And then there's the idea that you also have this beautiful brain that has all of this conditioning in it. It has been told all of these things and you've picked them up, and so you have all these recordings that go on in your brain that cause you to believe things about yourself that aren't true. I mean, it could come from the way that your parents talk to you. It could come from the way that perhaps you were bullied in school. Or maybe it's the opposite. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of arrogant people out there that think they're don't stink. And that's because they were built up and bolstered up in a way that's probably not realistic. I'm not saying you shouldn't have self-worth or self-esteem. But when you start placing yourself above others and judging others, that's when the danger happens. And so maybe you need to, figure out that you're really not as important as you think you are. We're all one. And, I was raised an atheist, and so I don't know much about the Bible. I'm learning, though, because I think it's fascinating, although I also question why so much of it has been removed. If you don't know about the book of Enoch, I suggest you look into it. I mean, that's where we talk about the Nephilim and giants and aliens and other wild creatures that God referred to in this beautiful book that's been removed. So there's many books that have been removed from the Bible. And why? Because that, I believe, serves man and it makes us feel small, like it is just us here, and that's not the case. So you might have to undo some of your conditioning. And so while I'm learning about the Bible, the other day I decided to watch the story of Jesus. And I was fascinated because I feel that a lot of people that have been raised in the church really come from a judgmental place. And here I am watching this movie. My friend Julia always says, you don't have to be so nice. Jesus flipped tables. And so I am learning to have my peace and my fierceness, because I let go of my fierceness when I went on my journey for peace. And now I've brought them both together in this beautiful way. But my point about the story of Jesus is that he said, he who has cast no sins, cast the first stone, or something like that. And all these people just dropped their stones because everybody has sinned. And Jesus died for our sins. So when you stand in judgment of other people, whether it be their lifestyle or the choices they make, then you are not living Christ consciousness. And so I would ask you to go back and really look at the indoctrination of the church that maybe you've had, and understand that God's love is pure and he doesn't need you to judge others. That's not your job. Your job is to stand in his light and listen to his message and quiet your mind and heal yourself, because he put you here to live a life of joy. So get out there, have no fear, just flow. Like, subscribe. I'm so close to being able to live stream. I love you. You are worthy. Look at this light shining on me.